Good evening. It's 9 p.m. here in Seoul. Thank you for joining us on Arirang.News. The first official meeting between President Yoon Suk Yeol and main opposition leader Lee Jae-myung wrapped up just a few hours ago without major agreements. But it was politically significant. Our presidential office correspondent Oh Soo-young fills us in on highlights of their tea session.
President Yoon Suk Yeol and main opposition leader Lee Jae-myung reconfirmed their differences over policy and state affairs, while also agreeing to continue their discussions. Yoon and Lee on Monday held their first official meeting since the president took office, following the ruling party's defeat in the April 10th general election, where Lee's opposition Democratic Party of Korea won a sweeping majority. With Yoon having offered to listen to all the opposition leader had to say, their tea time lasted 2 hours and 15 minutes, beginning with Lee's list of demands for political concessions. First, stressing the need to improve people's livelihoods, Lee asked Yoon to accept the DP's proposal of a 250,000 won handout, or roughly $182 to all Korean citizens, as well as the passing of a special bill to compensate victims of rental fraud. Yoon said livelihood support should be more focused on helping those in most immediate need, but the government will consult the opposition on additional measures. Another key issue or demand raised by Lee was to accept a special council probe into the death of a Marine last year, and a special act to look into the Itaewon disaster, where 159 people lost their lives as a result of a crowd crush. The DP attempted to put these bills through the National Assembly, only to have Yoon veto them, along with a special council probe into allegations of stock manipulation involving First Lady Kim Gon-hee. Lee appeared to allude to the bill, saying concerns surrounding family members should be cleared up, before asking the president to express his regret for exercising his veto on such bills. According to the top office, other than the Itaewon Act, the special bills were not discussed further. Yoon's senior press secretary Lee Do-won told reporters that to narrow their differences in approach to policy, the president suggested a bipartisan consultation body, while Lee indicated he prefers to keep negotiations within the existing framework of the National Assembly. The DP later announced it was disappointed by the meeting, as it sensed no pivot towards its demands for change. Still, the two managed to agree on the need to reform the medical system, with the opposition leader saying it is necessary to expand medical school admissions. He also said the DP will cooperate on the government's pension reform. While there was no joint statement between the two sides, Yoon and Lee agreed to continue meeting in the future in various formats as needed. Yoon has become the first president in South Korea's modern political history to serve his entire term with an opposition-led parliament.
More than anything, it is significant that the president and the opposition leader held talks for 2 hours and 15 minutes on people's livelihoods and state affairs. The meeting is seen by the top office as the first step in reaching out to the opposition.
It is too early to read the tea leaves, but the presidential office says it hopes the first tea meeting will lead to continued communication and cooperation. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.